Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the best damn professional wrestling podcast on the planet. I am, of course, one of your three hosts himself because she's kind of a host again. I don't know what she's like bipolar when it comes to wrestling. Sometimes she likes it, other times she don't. I would open that in a second, but I'm sitting here and again across from me, looking directly at me in his professional setup, looking like a professional businessman himself, my guy in the chair, the Ned to my Spider-Man, the Peacemaker to my Vigilante, the Frank Castle to my Matt Murdock, Mr. Magic Fingers himself. How we doing, Drew?
I am exhausted,
You and me both. I
but
like
it's
guys.
been a
Yeah, interesting
interesting
week.
week and last 24 hours.
Yeah, this okay. So, at some point, maybe if we hit 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube, I'll tell a story about a certain snack that we had the other night. Um,
Now we ain't doing that. Let's not do that.
yeah, that was okay. Anyway, um, Jesus Christ. Um, but those of you who don't know, Drew's work schedule, not giving where he works or
Mm.
anything, but has changed a little bit. And
Yep.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's where I don't have my meds. I got to call my doctor on Monday and see if he'll fill them back out for me. But I've been on the exact same schedule that Drew has. I don't know what it is. It's like we're micro linked in the brainstem. My body will not shut down. I don't know what it is. I woke up. It's 6:23 here. Um, for me, it'd be 5:23 for you. Um, yeah, it's been a hell of a time, but we got to kind of make it rush. Drew's got to work this today, so we're trying to bump this out before he's got to go into the office. So Drew, give me your big takeaways, man, from Raw this week, and we'll just blow through them this week. There wasn't a lot.
So the biggest thing for Raw, in my opinion, was that ending.
Yeah,
Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns finally getting nose to nose. And
yeah,
you and I were discussing all week, what did he actually say that
yep.
pissed Jacob off?
I found out, by the way.
Yeah, I did too. Saying that he didn't deserve a title shot, that if he gave him a title shot, it would be nepotism.
Yep.
And that set him off. And he brought a move back that we haven't seen well over a decade.
Yeah, well over a decade. I would say
And
40
now it's
plus
getting
years.
used nightly.
Yeah,
And
which is
I love
great.
it. I love it
Fantastic. Yeah.
because it doesn't matter. It's E for everybody. Everybody can get it.
Yeah.
And it's exactly
It's
what
a
he's been
great
doing
finish too.
over the last two shows because he's been on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
And I think that that's just proving how much they are trying to build up this story the perfect way, even though next week is Backlash.
Yeah. And we all know he's gonna lose. I mean, he's not winning this
Unfortunately
belt.
so. But it could be one of those matches where he technically loses, but he's still seen as very strong.
Yeah.
But Roman does his usual someone assist him to help him retain,
Yeah.
which is what he did throughout his 1300-day reign or whatever you want to call it.
Greatest reign of all time. I
If
can
you
go
think
on
so.
and on.
If you
Um,
say so.
the other thing, I don't know if you saw this clip floating around, but he was on the phone with somebody
Yeah.
and it was posted to WWE social media. And
Yeah.
a lot of people were saying it was his kids. First of all, he's not going to scream at his kids like that.
I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
not
I've
going to
heard some
happen.
Samoans get mad at their family and yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but if he was talking to his babies, bro, he ain't going to be like, I know, and start flipping shit. He's not going to do that. But I'll tell you who he would do
When
that
you
with.
when you become a dad, you'd be surprised at the things you could say to your kids someday when they're pushing every button possible.
Trust me, bro. We got two dogs, and people that
Oh,
say it's not the exact same, it's
no,
the
nope,
fucking
you're right.
exact same. Oh my
You're
God,
right.
it's the exact same. Y'all, I'll tell you a quick story real quick. I was asleep. Tell me how my chipuggy is what we call him because he's a pug and a chihuahua pisses directly into his food bowl
I
like
mean,
it's a fucking Olympic sport.
he's working on that aim.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but oh my God, it made me mad. But there's one person that a lot of people aren't saying that I know who he would talk to like that, and it's somebody that knows Jacob very well and has a very liable reason to cost Jacob this title. and that is one Zilla Fatu. And
Take it up a notch.
the story is simple, man. For me, I mean, the easiest way to bring him in, right? You have him show up. You have Jacob be like, "Oh, I got backup," and then you just have Zilla hit him with that triple Z, and then the reasoning, you left me on the Indies
Yeah,
while you were up here promising and grinding and getting your flowers. You left me something you told my daddy that you would never do.
right, right.
This is your fault. Right there is a perfect way to bring Zilla in because that establishes who his dad is. Like we all don't know because he looks just fucking like him.
Yeah.
Um, but that establishes who his daddy is because Umaga needs to have more credit when it comes to the Samoan
Oh,
dynasty and the
100%.
bloodline. The
100%.
dude was so fucking over. He took a golden era gimmick and made it work in 2007. I don't
Yep.
know anybody that could do that today
He
except for
was one of the
Danhausen.
most terrifying Samoans that I can recall, besides Haku.
Yes, because it wasn't like a typical Samoan gimmick where it's just like, oh, we're from an island, we'll fuck you up. Ah. It was he's fucking crazy.
He
He
was
can't
that
speak.
unhinged cannibal,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
That's really
He
what
was
he
basically
reminded
what
me
they
of.
tried to make Kamala,
Yes.
but it worked for him, and I miss him every day. And man, the stuff he would be doing right now, whoo,
Yeah.
um, really good stuff. Um, we
But I'm
had
gonna
a
take it up a
couple.
notch because
Yeah, go ahead.
you've seen what they did with Pat McAfee.
Fuck Pat McAfee.
As much as I would love to see the storyline that you're talking about, because that makes the most logical sense. We're talking about WWE, and we're talking about TKO.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you want to bet? And I would legit put money on this if you want to throw some money on it. Okay.
Oh,
That it's Rikishi on the phone with him.
God damn it.
Or someone from ESPN
You know, that's the sad part. You're probably
because
right about
or
that.
someone on ESPN because they've been having more WWE talked about on ESPN over the last few weeks, prior to Mania and whatnot. And now they're
Arguably
doing
more talk than, you know,
every
UFC
PLE right
themselves,
now is going to be the first hour of it on ESPN.
which is fucking stupid.
Who did Danhausen just curse recently?
Stephen A.
Stephen
Smith.
A. Smith.
Oh, here's
I
the
would
thing,
rather see Stephen A. Smith on there because he's a hell of a job on the mic when he
dude.
gets
He's a heel.
when he gets passionate about something.
He's
He's
a
a
heel
scary
every day when
individual.
he goes to work,
Yeah,
and I've said that for years.
I would
Put
rather
him with
see Stephen
Gunther.
A. Smith get involved, even because he would be strictly a manager, kind of like Teddy Long.
Yes,
He would be a perfect now Teddy Long when you think
yes,
about it. But I would rather see Stephen A. Smith get involved than
or like a modern
because
day
they're going to
Slick.
interject somebody from ESPN all
Woo,
the time right now.
it's
But
fucking stupid.
I'm betting it's either Rikishi because he loves sticking his nose in everything, and
Oh,
then it could be Stephen A. Smith.
dude, he is my dream guest. You want to know why? Because I'm gonna go on there and shit talk Jey Uso as much as possible. If we ever get to the point, because I want this thing to go where they look at us and go, "Hey, you guys are just as popular as Pat McAfee. You need to be on ESPN." I want to be in the same conversation as Sean Ross Sapp and Aria Hawani, as much as that little bitch pisses me off. Um,
Anytime we could talk about the Trailer Park Samoans, I'm game for it.
I don't hate Jay. I love Jay, and that's the thing. I've loved Jay since they debuted. I was rocking them when they were doing the stupid little dance that I love and still remember to this day. I can do it. But he didn't work as a main eventer. You know who
No,
should have been that main eventer?
should have been Jimmy.
Yes. And you want to know that really pisses me off? And you can ask her this because I sent you guys a TikTok a few days ago. I don't know if you remember. Top 5 Uso promos.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck did that Jay Uso go?
Yep.
Why does he just have to be the yeet guy now? Do
Because
you
it's a
remember his
fans.
one thing that I really wish they would have done during his run is turn him heel?
Yeah.
Because do you remember when Roman and the bloodline was splitting up and Jay wasn't going with him yet and Jimmy was still hurt? And Jay had that promo, why can't it be me?
Yep.
Top 5 greatest promos of all time to me. Because as a younger brother, that to me spoke to me more than what Roman was saying at the time because I've been there. Like my brother's able to drive. My brother's got this. My brother's got that. Why can't it be me? And it will be me. I
Mm-hmm.
will be the most, and I've told my dad this, and I hope my brother watches this. I will be the most successful person to ever carry my last name.
Good goal to have.
without a shadow of a doubt. And I might have an ego, but you haven't seen me put on my character yet. Hopefully ooh, yeah, hopefully you can make it down here to one of the, when we go back to wrestling school, I got to introduce you to everybody, man. But let's switch gears for a minute because we'll talk more about Jacob and on SmackDown. We had a couple debuts on Raw.
We did.
Yeah. And the first one
We
I want to
did.
talk about,
We had
I'm
the
going to say
greatest single song ever written on Monday Night Raw.
that song needs to be boycotted.
It is the number one bestseller on Spotify. I guarantee it.
But
It's probably going to become my new ringtone.
Okay.
here's the thing that made that so great. We're talking about Joe Henry, and we'll talk about the other two here in just a second because one of these guys I have a very close personal bond with, and I teared up when I saw him on Raw. It meant the world to me. Um, Joe Hendry, I still believe in you, but why do you have to go after the most humble man in WWE? A man who's never cheated a day in his life, a man who was looking out for speed. They didn't have wet floor signs nowhere. A man who's never cheated in his life, one of the greatest United States champions of all time. Why would we want to fire that guy?
Because
Logan
he's
Paul.
a bitch. You know, the way he came, like I love the video footage they had of him and Theory standing backstage watching everything fall into play.
Yeah.
And as soon as he started saying to fire Logan Paul, he lost his shit and grabbed a microphone and was trying to make sure his tampon didn't fall out as he was going out on the ramp there. But he started screaming, and I'm surprised he didn't blow a gasket there.
Yeah, and lose his voice.
You know, completely shoot that tampon out
Yeah.
totally. But
He,
you know, he lost his shit, and then he went out there and attacked, and then all of a sudden the Street Profits come out to help out, and yeah, mm,
here's
I'm
the thing
ready
about
to see
Logan
what
Paul.
happens next with Joe Henry.
We all know that I'm the biggest Logan Paul fan on the planet. I think he was a great boxer, regardless of what people say. He really was. He could fight.
He's more athletic than his brother. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Fuck his brother. Um,
I hate his brother so much.
Logan Paul was born to do this. And I say that with all the confidence in the world because as a dude who came from the suicide forest,
We're bringing the suits out forest.
yeah, because
Right, so he can get arrested for that, honestly.
he legally can't go to Japan. So if they ever do an overseas tour in Japan, he can't go.
No, I know.
Unless that gets dropped, but
It's not gonna get dropped.
They can pay enough money. For a guy who went from that situation to if you've heard him talk about it, it was one of the darkest points in his life. He regrets
Yeah.
it as a father
Yeah.
and as a man now. Like he
He
was
did it for views.
well, yeah, but he was a kid. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people don't forget. He was a stupid kid. So I can forgive him for that. Was it uncalled for? Absolutely. It was terrible. But for him to go from that to being one of the best on the microphone when he couldn't cut a promo when he first started to cut it to save his life. The dude is athletic as hell. The dude knows the business for such a short period of time. He reminds me, and you're gonna.
oh, he's not dumb. He's not dumb at all. I'll give him that.
I'm glad you're not taking a drink because you probably spit your water about what I'm gonna say. He reminds me of a young Kurt Angle. I've never seen somebody pick it up so fast and so quick, other than Kurt Angle, like Logan Paul did. He knows where to be at all times. He never misses a cue. He always makes a viral moment. He is a commodity, and he will be in the WWE Hall of Fame one day. I
Remember,
thought it was great. I thought it was
when
great.
you say that, you think about who's in a Hall of Fame.
I'll go even a step further. He'll be a two-time Hall of Famer. He'll be in there by himself, and he'll be in there with a vision. And that's the only way that Bronson Reed's getting in the Hall of Fame. Because if we can have fucking Dennis Rodman in the Hall of Fame, we can't have Logan Paul.
Say we got Drew Carey in the Hall of Fame too.
Yeah, if we can have Drew Carey and Pete Rose. Sorry,
Hey, come on now, Pete Rose. Hey, don't.
That was my mom's favorite ball player, but he
I
didn't
was say, calm down on Pete Rose now.
He didn't do shit in wrestling. One
No,
of
he
the greatest baseball players to ever live. In my opinion, Babe Ruth is still the greatest baseball player of all time. But didn't do shit in wrestling to be in the Hall of Fame. We have people in the Hall of Fame that shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. We have
Yeah.
people that aren't in the Hall of Fame that should be in the Hall of Fame. Chris
Sure.
Benoit.
That's how it goes.
It really makes me angry. And yes, I just said that Chris Benoit needs to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm tired of it.
Agreed.
I'm tired of
Agreed.
this shit. Yes, he murdered his family, but separate the performer from the monster.
They
In
won't do
my
that.
opinion,
Good Lord.
there's nobody better. You haven't seen none of his work. There is nobody better in an in-ring standpoint in the history of professional wrestling other than Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
And the fact that fucking Dennis Rodman, as much as I loved his Hall of Fame speech because he was high, drunk, whatever,
He was something.
doesn't need to be in the Hall of Fame.
No.
If they had like a WCW wing, yes, absolutely. Because he was the first celebrity to be involved from that scale and make an impact like he did.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
So for that, he does deserve to be in a Hall of Fame, but not in a WWE Hall of Fame.
Agreed.
But yeah, that was great. I think it was a great introduction for the people that don't watch NXT and don't know anything about Joe Hendry, which I don't know how you don't know who the fuck Joe Hendry is now. He had the most popular song on the planet for over a year.
Yeah. Literally.
So I thought it was great. I thought it was great beats, and I can't wait to see where they go with it next. But the guy I want to jump to next, and I'm saving your favorite debut for last because I know you love her and she's great, and I can't wait to see what she does on the main roster. But I want to talk about my guy, All Ego Ethan Page. You want to talk about the second he stepped through that curtain, he demanded people look at him like a star. One of the most talented people on the microphone, talented people in the ring, and damn, he can play a good heel. I like how they're interjecting him in the IC title right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like the relationship with Rusev, kind of.
That's making me wonder if they're going to reform that faction, the Legion that they had.
The League of Nations.
Yeah, League of Nations.
I'd be okay with it. We need
That would
more
be an
groups.
interesting faction, and a way to get him fermented onto the roster. But it's still early, so because I like the buildup they have with Javon Evans in there as well, and the story and the beef that they already have from NXT now coming onto the Raw roster. So it's going to bring a darker side of Javon Evans out in the process.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see it. The other Raw debut was quite possibly one of the most genuinely just amazing people in the ring. But man, you want to talk about like new age gorgeous? She's this generate. You compare her to Lita, but when it comes to looks, like no joke, she's this age as Trish Stratton. As much as people want to say
She's a combo of both.
Yes. And man, if she ain't good, she has one of the most impressive finishers I've ever seen in my life.
She's got the wrestling style of Trish and Lita, but she dresses like Lita.
Yes. Of course, we're talking about Sol Roca, who had an incredible debut against Liv Morgan. I don't know how that match went longer than her match with Stephanie Becker at WrestleMania, but that's okay. Which storyline wise pisses me off. Not that I don't like Sol Roca, but you built this up as one of your key matches at Mania, right? And then Liv Morgan goes out there and has a 15 to 20-minute match with Sol Roca the next day.
I think they're covering up the fact that Stephanie's legit hurt.
Yeah, and I'll talk about that in just a second because a lot of people are upset about that on the internet. But Drew, you've been watching wrestling a long time, and so have I. That's the old way of doing it. You fucked me up, you got a receipt coming. And I think there's not enough of that.
Yeah, they got that receipt Monday night.
Oh, they got it all right. There's not enough of that in today's wrestling. I think people are scared to retaliate because they're scared of the backlash backstage.
Yeah.
But to me, that was a very viable receipt. Now, I don't wish her to be hurt, but next time, don't hit me so fucking hard.
Right.
Because if you guys don't know what we're talking about, a few
Yeah, that
weeks
goose
leading up
egg
to
that she got,
Mania,
that golf ball underneath her forehead was legit.
Stephanie Valkyrie hit Liv Morgan as hard as I've ever seen
Yeah.
somebody be hit in the back in my life.
Yep.
And I've seen some people get clobbered, but she hit her with everything in her. And it's lucky she hit her high enough on the neck that it's lucky it didn't, like, I'm not even joking, separate a vertebrae or something.
Yeah.
She
I
hit
mean, the
her
fact
that
that she
hard.
just got a little whiplash as well as the goose egg, and that I've seen people hit forehead to forehead before, and it caused them both to have to get massive plastic surgery.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people aren't talking about this, but what I think was worse than the headbutt that Roxanne and Liv had was the way that Liv hit the TV.
Right after that. Yeah.
She didn't get her hands up.
Mm-mm. It was just like when Shawn Michaels got hit and made his eye go a little more cross-eyed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the cause of it. That
Yeah.
segment was what caused it. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny there. It's just that
No.
ended up being what caused his eye to get a little lazy.
Yeah.
And there was
And
no surgery or anything that could repair that.
but I think this debut in specifically is desperately needed on the Raw Women's division.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the SmackDown Women's division here in a second.
But I want to continue about Liv because
Mm-hmm.
the way they're pushing Roxanne. And if you remember when Liv was walking out 2 weeks ago after her match with Soul, it was the stare down between her and Stephanie. Who was in the background? Raquel.
Yeah, you're right.
And I truly think that at SummerSlam, give it a little bit of time, but at SummerSlam, it's going to be a triple threat match between Raquel, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne for the women's title. That's going to be the end of Judgment Day.
Yeah, and I think they set the seeds for that this Monday, when Finn was in the clubhouse.
Yeah, sneaking in.
Yeah, I think that Finn's gonna help Roxanne Perez win the world title at SummerSlam,
Yeah,
and I think Roxy's been there long enough. I think she's talented enough. If we can give it to Stephanie Valkyrie after her not doing really anything on the main roster, then we should be able to give it to Roxanne Perez for a little bit.
agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this Raw Women's division, but I'm gonna jump
And
over to
I do have to say though that I was really impressed at the Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge deal that Io Sky was the one who accepted and came out, and they had a great match.
holy shit.
Unfortunately, Asuka came out, and you could see on Asuka's face that she was upset the first time she came out without Kairi Sane by her side.
Yeah.
You could see the emotion was there, and we all missed, and we all miss Kairi, but it was still a hell of a match. And
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to continue on to where EO is now a intercontinental, going after the intercontinental title than anything else.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I wouldn't be surprised if Io wins Queen of the Ring this year.
Yeah.
And then we get her and Rhea at SummerSlam, which I think they'll put on an absolute banger.
They always do.
They
And
always
I think that she'll take the title from her because I still don't think Rhea's ever beat Io Sky one-on-one.
She did one time on SmackDown, I believe.
But
I believe so. I'm not 100% confident on that. Yeah, but I do think she takes the title from her. But I'm gonna jump over to Raw because we do have a time crunch. We gotta get you to work. Or
she's
not
never
Raw,
beat
but
her. According to
Wow.
Google, she's never beat her solo in
wow,
one-on-one
that's crazy.
competition.
That's crazy. Then yeah, Io's winning. I'm gonna jump over to Dynamite.
Okay.
First thing I want to talk about, because there's only two big talking points for me. Well, three really, if you want to talk about MJF, but not really. They had a good match, him and Kevin Knight, but he didn't win the belt, which I think he should have. But the one thing I want to talk about that's very interesting to me and to you is this Will Ospreay and the Death Rider situation. Does it make sense to you, and how do you feel about it? You've had a few days to sit on it.
When you look at any bit of history when it comes to wrestling,
Yep.
if someone has been getting their ass handed to them by someone else,
Yep.
it either ends in two ways. one, that person finally gets vengeance, or two, there's a mutual respect and they join forces.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one is a initial the respect and join forces, but then down the road a ways is when we will get the vengeance side that he's trying to uh like the old cop shows where they always try to get someone undercover into the group, into the gang, and then take the gang down.
Yeah.
I think that might be a play that Will Ospreay's trying to do.
Yeah. And I think we hold off to that until Will has that world title.
Hmm.
Um, because I think that's the greatest story you could tell with those two, right? I mean, Moxley broke Will Ospreay's neck. That's not something that, as a man, you can let go.
Yeah.
You took money off of his family's table. You took food off of his family's
Yep.
table. So that, as a man, that's something you can't let go. Um, but I'm very interested in this because this shows me that Will is desperate, and he knows that the one man that can get him in the place he needs to be is the man that broke his neck.
Yep.
And damn if it isn't interesting because he came to him, they had a little discussion in their little training area, wherever that is, backstage in a fucking rinky dink boulder room looking place. Um,
It did remind me of a boiler room situation.
it was very interesting. And for him to go, okay, where's the ring? He goes, we're starting from the scratch. And you could see Will go, oh, fuck, this is going to hurt. Like, you could see that he was going, oh, fuck.
Right.
Because that to me, those are shoot sessions. Like, you're going to work for it. And you could tell on Will's face, he was like, oh, fuck me. This is a real situation now. But yeah, I'm very interested to see where it goes. I think it leads Will to the world title um, at some point. I'm very excited for his future because, in my eyes, he's the greatest wrestler walking planet Earth today, um, without a question. The other thing I want to talk about from Dynamite is Darby fucking Allen.
Before we get to that,
Go ahead.
before we get to that, one other match I really wanted to point out. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, and I was so impressed with the way it ended up being. But it was that international championship match
Yeah.
between Okada and Ace Austin.
Holy shit.
That was fan fucking tastic.
Yes.
And I did not expect it to be as amazing as it was. I thought it was going to be, Austin would have a few shots here and there, but it was really going to be Okada showing how great he is prior to Double or Nothing
Takeshita. Yeah.
with Takeshita. But Austin, in my opinion, should have won that match.
Yes.
But they made him look so damn strong, which they do with every match. Don't get me wrong, unless it's an obvious squash match.
Mm-hmm.
AEW just does a better job overall with the storytelling of each match,
Yes.
unless there's just too many damn botches to really fix the situation. But I loved how that match is showing that it doesn't matter your name, if you're lightweight, heavyweight, middleweight, whatever, you can still go toe to toe with the big boys that get all the screen time or whatever. So when your name or number is called for it's your time on TV, you're gonna fucking shine. And that's exactly
Yeah.
what Ace Austin did.
Yeah. Really great stuff. I've been a fan of Ace for years.
Yep.
I think he's one of the most underrated people in AEW. I don't think he gets enough screen time,
No.
along with a lot of people on that roster. Where the fuck is Sammy Guevara? Question mark. Um,
Yeah.
you know, but I really enjoyed the match. It
Yes.
really surprised me, and I think it built up more anticipation for this
It was a
Takeshita.
great technical match too.
Yes.
But with that being said, let's talk about Darby.
God, I don't know how long
Because
he can keep this up, man.
the fact that he beat Brody King cleanly
Yeah.
in a Darby Allin style match because every single one of his matches looks like an Extreme Rules match in WWE.
Yeah.
And the coffin drop from the top rope or the middle rope to the exposed concrete where Brody King was laying on.
Yeah.
I was really nervous that he was going to move at the last second and he was
Yeah.
laying flat on his back.
Yeah.
Luckily, he sat there and took it. But the fact that, again, AEW has proven the little guy, and this really reminds me of what WWE did with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Initially, actually, WCW did with Mysterio when he beat Kevin Nash.
Yes.
That the little guy has enough fight in him to take on the super heavyweights, and that's exactly what Brody King is.
Yeah.
It was just amazing match, but at the same time, how much longer is he going to be able to do that weekly?
I don't know. I mean, he looked like he killed himself multiple times in this match.
Which he looked like he did the same thing with Ciampa last week.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. That's the thing with Darby that scares me. Like, how long? And I know we've said it before on this podcast. Darby Allin will die in a ring one day.
Yep.
It just makes you wonder when. So
Yeah.
you really watch the match praying that he's going to be okay. He's going to entertain. But at the same time, in the back of your head, you're wondering, is this the day?
Yeah. And that's not us being sarcastic or blowing it out of proportion. Like, this dude is one crazy motherfucker. That's why when he said, I'm going to push this until I either see God or the AEW World Championship, I knew he was either going to die.
Yeah.
Or he was going to be world champion.
Yep.
And that's not me being sarcastic or being like, oh my gosh, like buying into his character. That's who he really is. The man climbed Mount Everest, for fuck's sake. You got to be a different.
I don't know if he did any training on that prior, but I would assume he did because there's a great chance if you don't train and prepare for that, you're not making it. But it just the fact that he did that brought that same flag that he put on top back with him, and he holds it as a keepsake. The man's no joke.
No, he's for real. One other thing before we jump over to SmackDown here and call that episode close, I want to talk about 2 NXT debuts. And that's Will Cruz or Cross or whatever you want to call him. I think dude's fantastic. If you haven't seen none of his work, ladies and gentlemen, go Google the man. Fantastic. I think he'll do great things. And the other debut I want to talk about that really pisses me off because I know they're going to fuck him up. It's Evil. I'm worried for Evil because he's a former IWGP heavyweight champion. He is one of the most technical guys that I've ever seen. He's really good in the ring. But so was Shinsuke Nakamura, and look what they did to him. I think it's going to be another Shinsuke situation where he only has his job for as long as he has it because of who he's married to. And that sucks.
Because the fact that EO has been getting so much of a push.
Yes.
I think they would be so stupid if they do it incorrectly.
Yes. And that's the one thing that scares me, right? Is because you have this guy who is a decorated person in Japan. Yep. We all know who he is. We all knew who he was as soon as he took off that hood. But we all knew when Shinsuke debuted on.
Oh my fucking god!
When Shinsuke debuted on SmackDown, or debuted on NXT, we knew who he was as soon as he popped up on the Titantron.
Right.
I don't want it to be another Shinsuke situation.
No.
But I feel like it's going to be.
With the recent movements of TKO, there's a great chance they're going to fuck this up.
Yes. Very great.
But let's talk about SmackDown.
Yeah.
Your favorite person debuted on SmackDown, and the Latino Wish.com Fandango. And
wait. We can't listen. He is one of the most genuine people that I've ever met in my life. He sat and had a conversation. I was the last person in his meet and greet when I met him. He sat there and talked to me for 30 minutes. and they were telling him, "Yo, you gotta go," and he looked dead at him and went, "No, the fuck, I don't. Leave me alone." Um, I'm so happy to see a person who I've had multiple interactions with an Ethan Page, who I can consider one of the most genuine people I've ever met. And when I do get to work with him one day, because I will, I can't wait because he's gonna remember me because that's something that stuck out with me with Ethan Page. But Ricky Saints was the same way. I
Yep.
guarantee you that if 15 years from now I walk up to Ricky, he's gonna be like, "Hey, yeah, I know, I remember you." Um, I will say this: I love that his debut was against Cody because of the history they have. It's like Cody's little brother.
Right.
He shouldn't have lost his debut. Shouldn't have lost his debut. Shouldn't have got booed like he did. Although
I think Gunther should have gotten involved
yes,
and cost him the match
yes,
instead of actually getting pinned.
yes, yeah,
But it was a great match.
it was.
Was a great match.
Yes,
Um, Speaking of the Wish.com versions, um, the Wish.com Adam Rose came out there tonight or last night without any of the Rosebuds. And that whole issue with him, The Miz, and Danhausen was hilarious, as always, because Danhausen's just great. But I'm interested now that they've turned on Danhausen the way they did, who is going to be the partner that's going to join Danhausen to face The Miz next week? Or is it at Backlash?
I don't know, but I don't know if you know his relationship with CM Punk. Oh, Pepsi Phil, as he calls him.
Yep.
I could see it being CM Punk, and I wouldn't be upset at that at all.
But are they going to go for more of a comedy style? Because every match he's had has been more comedy based than anything else. I could see Mr. Milk Dud himself, R-Truth, having a lot of fun and him actually teaming up with him just for one night, no titles on the line, but joining Danhausen to get revenge because he's got history with the Miz as well. I mean, Miz Truth was a great tag team,
Yeah.
but I would just love to see. I was really hoping the Miz would stop being the heel side and be the truly talented side he actually is. I want to see him get another huge push, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever get a 2011 push like he did ever
I
again.
know.
But I would love to see it. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be opposed to Truthhausen for one night.
Yeah, yeah,
Because Danhausen is a fucking national treasure, just like R-Truth is.
yep.
And it was great stuff. Great stuff. From the point where he goes and gets the $40,000 in human monies, which he calls $400, which was $40,000 in all actuality, to the point where they open the case and it explodes on them. Fantastic stuff. Kit Wilson is a national treasure in my opinion as well.
Yeah, in case anyone didn't know, that was who I was calling the
Yes,
Wish.com Adam Rose. So
yes.
put two and two together, it makes total sense.
Which Drew hates Kit Wilson
Yeah.
with a passion.
Yep.
I think it's almost as bad as me and Orange Cassidy at this point.
Oh, much worse.
Well, because I literally can't stand seeing Orange Cassidy on my screen, and I think you're on that point with Kit Wilson. Yeah, but other than that, there was nothing really from SmackDown to talk about other than
you're missing a huge thing that happened.
Yeah, go ahead.
We saw someone hit Royce Keys so hard. You talk about a human being as big as him getting yeeted into the table or whatever it was backstage. I didn't know that was physically possible,
No.
but that was the last we saw of him Thursday or Friday night.
Yeah, because he,
Jacob also got Fatu got injured in that as well. But we saw him come out afterwards and as Royce Keys was telling him, werewolf up, and he
Yeah.
took everybody out.
Yeah. I mean,
I
you want to
I'm
talk
just
about
surprised a guy who's as big as Royce Keys got moved by another human being when it looked like somebody was throwing a 5 pound sack of potatoes.
yes.
And Royce Keys is damn near 300 pounds of solid muscle.
Yeah. And he got launched like a fucking child.
Yeah. I didn't know that was physically possible, dude. And just holy shit.
Yeah, it was insane. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go look it up. It's on their Instagram. It's everywhere. Uh, and another thing that I would be remiss in not talking about, and I want to take a moment of silence
Oh, dear
because
God.
it is a dark day in professional wrestling. We lost Genji, man. We lost Genji. We lost the gingerbread man. Sami Zayn needs to be put in handcuffs. He needs to be tried for murder. He needs to be every prosecution you could throw at the man, you need to throw at him because that was uncalled for.
Are y'all both idiots?
No, I'm being wholeheartedly serious. Gingy
You
was
know,
just
as the young mean Gene Okerlund on Friday night said, um, well, you could hear the sarcasm in his voice. You know, this is some bullshit. If
you could
JBL was
actually hear
out
him
there,
laugh
yeah,
right
oh
before they
God,
went to
dude,
commercial.
it was so
He
funny
broke.
to hear him just cut up because he was trying so hard to hold it in. But the fact that they're having a fucking funeral for this gingerbread next week, come on, man.
That's
No wonder they're
fantastic.
going from 3 hours to 2 hours on SmackDown.
It's fantastic. I think Trick Williams is one of the shining lights of SmackDown, and Gingy was one of the shining lights before Sami Zayn uh, killed him. And I thought it was brilliant, man. I thought it was brilliant. They had him in the trainer's room. The doctor came out, looked at Trick Williams, and was like, "It's over." And the devastation on Trick Williams' face sold it all.
But that transitions into something I want to talk about, though.
Go ahead.
4 new names were released in the last 24 hours
Yep.
that have been released from WWE. We no longer have the Tyler Perry boys in the WWE.
Wait.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods have officially been moved to WWE's alumni section. And hold on to your butts. Tonga Loa and JC Mateo have
What?
also been.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Why? Oh
That's
my.
why I said over the last 24 hours, something very interesting has happened. And I think I sent the information to you, but you might have been asleep. But
What the fuck?
I think that is why we only saw 3 individuals of the MFTs on SmackDown last night.
That's cool.
So I'm really interested to know why for those 4. Now, I understand that the New Day hasn't really been getting to push recently.
But it's the fucking New Day.
Yeah. But I'm this round of releasing, which always happens after Mania,
Yeah.
but this group of names and the fact that they said that it's based on age, um, I'm seriously calling bullshit now. Now, as much as I've been dogging on the Samoans and getting worn out by seeing Samoans on every weekly program, that one truly surprised me. I would have rather them split up the MFTs and let them do solo work, but to fully release them, I'm at a loss of words.
How do you fuck up Jeff Cobb? But for clarification, we still have Tama Tonga, right?
Yep.
Okay. So it was just his brother that was let go.
Tongaloa and JC Mateo are gone.
How the fuck are you gonna How are you
Yep.
going to release one half of the arguably one of the greatest tag teams of all time in Gorilla's Destiny and keep
I would
one?
love to know the explanation. Now, I know that when it came to Kofi and Xavier, they decided not to renew their contracts.
Yes,
And
that's
um,
different because that could be on both TKO, Triple H, and Kofi and Xavier's side.
yeah, but from what I was reading in an article, neither of them were happy with the way things were going.
I don't blame them.
And poor Grayson Waller decided to, on Monday night, that he wanted to make a name for himself. And then the ruler decided to truly make a name for him. But yeah, it's kind of like Game of Thrones when it comes to WWE right now. No
Yeah.
one's safe.
No,
No.
that's crazy to me. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll wrap it up by talking about the Jacob Fatu thing with Solo and all that. I don't really care about it enough to go into full detail about it. But Jacob Fatu did what Jacob Fatu did and laid everybody out. That's pretty much the gist of the segment.
I just say for foreshadow reasons, you got to pay attention to the fact of what colors is Jacob wearing? What colors are the Usos wearing?
Yeah, they were all
Last
wearing
few
the same
nights has
color.
been the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If that's not
Yeah.
foreshadowing, I don't know what is.
man. I'm sorry. I'm still hung up on New Day. Holy shit.
Yep.
Kofi Kingston has been with that company for 16 years.
Now, I don't know with them if that means they have the do not compete clause or anything like that. Since they decided not to renew their contract, they weren't actually let go. But it really brings some other questions and concerns into play. So I don't know, man.
That's just,
I really wonder a lot of stuff now.
that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
We've had the Wyatt Six,
Yep.
Motor City Machine Guns, EO Sky, Aleister Black, The New Day,
Yep.
Jeff Cobb. I don't know what the hell they're doing. That's wild to me. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this episode to a close. It's been another interesting week. Drew dropped some knowledge on me that I wasn't aware of. I knew that 4 names had been released, but I didn't know who those 4 names were. What the fuck? That's just what the wow. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it, Drew. Thank you again for joining us. I'm gonna go probably lay down and help her make dinner. And then this will be up on Monday at 5
You
p.m.
mean watch?
Probably, yeah. But
What's for
I
dinner?
love
What's for dinner?
hamburgers.
Ooh,
Yeah.
can't go wrong with burgers.
No, you can't, especially when she makes
And the
them.
fun part is I get to go to work.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about Drew is
On
he
the
gets to go.
overnight shift for a while. It's gonna be so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah.
I'm already white. I get to be even whiter because I don't see the sun. Yay!
Yeah, you're so
They're gonna think,
white.
unfortunately, I'm the moron from Twilight that sparkles anytime he goes out into the sunlight.
Oh God. And guys, I wanna throw this out here. I'm gonna start doing a movie, like reviewing TV shows and movies. And I think I'm
Ooh.
gonna start that probably next month. And I feel like Drew needs to be part of that. I'm not gonna go into detail, but we watched a movie last night. It's called Apex. It's on Netflix.
Dude, that had my blood pressure so high.
And mine too. But
Ooh. And my anxiety. Oh,
all I will say, and she says he doesn't look like him, but we can put makeup on him or do what we need to do. The guy that played Ben, for the
You don't
love
look
of
amazing
like
actor.
him.
shut up for a second, let me
You don't
speak.
look like him. I know what you're about to say.
For the love of Jesus Christ, please let that man in some alternate reality play Craven the Hunter.
No.
Come on
Yes.
now. I think that what's his face? Quicksilver didn't do a bad job as
Aaron Taylor Johnson did a fantastic job, but for the
yeah.
comic book accurate Craven,
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I got you. I got you there. Yeah. Yeah.
because I will say this about the movie: I did not give a fuck about the female protagonist.
I only care
Didn't
about
care. The second she let her husband fall off that cliff, didn't give two shits about her. But then they introduced Ben, who was this crazed, psychotic motherfucker.
he wasn't crazy at first. He was
Dude, he
Who
took
just,
them teeth out and
yeah, he just hunted people.
yeah. The way he ran after her. Ugh.
The
No.
the one thing that stands out to me about that guy so much, and it was something so simple, but the bird calls.
Yep.
Yeah, how he made the calls.
Dude, that really made me wish that Bray Wyatt was still here. Because good God, if he was,
There's a
God, could you
lot of
imagine if they had him in movies as well? Like they're doing for Roman and Cody?
so here's the thing that really sucks about that. I don't know if you know about this. There was a point in time where WWE were in talks with Blumhouse
Yeah.
to make a Bray Wyatt themed horror movie.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
hell yeah. I would have
And
watched the shit out of that.
oh my God, that would have been so good. It would have been this day and age of See No Evil.
Oh, speaking of that, you guys watch Dexter Resurrection, right?
I think she has. I don't
Okay.
really fuck with
Kane
Dexter too
Hodder's going to
much.
be on season 2.
I'm old.
Who?
Kane Hodder.
I
Yeah.
saw Isaiah. I saw Isaiah watching it. I said, "Don't you dare tell me what happens."
Ooh.
Kane Hodder is playing a actor or going to be somebody in season 2.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
You ain't lying. As someone who has met him and had conversations with him, holy shit, is he intimidating?
Yes. And one thing I will say before we close this episode, you got that man behind you, David Howard Thornton. James Gunn, get on the phone. Make him your Joker.
Ooh, speaking of Joker, I think I sent you guys a TikTok the other day. Could you imagine Mark Hamill's version of the Joker
Hmm.
reenacting Vincent Price's commentary from Thriller? Of how awesome that would be.
Gosh.
That's the only
See,
way I could see that remake being worth the shit.
yeah, that would be really good. But here's the thing that I've said about the Joker for years. We all know how great Heath Ledger was. I mean, he was a
Oh yeah, hands
generational
down, hands down.
fucking. I love Carrie Biogan's Joker. We only got a little piece of him.
Right?
Thought it was fantastic. The design, the laugh, everything was great. But there's one person that if we were going to go into an older Bruce Wayne, an older Joker, that in my mind that I have a script that is laying on my was and then it was deleted because I had to reset my old laptop for her mom that is supposed to pick it up soon. I was in the process of writing a Batman movie, and my cast was crazy. I had William Dafoe as the Joker. I had Jensen Ackles as Batman. I had Sydney Sweeney as Catwoman.
I mean, that
Catwoman.
hands down right there. That's going to be Academy
Catwoman.
Award winner.
Yeah,
I'm tired of seeing her and stuff.
not Cat. Why are you tired of seeing Catwoman or Sydney Sweeney?
Sydney Sweeney.
You can't deny she's talented.
She's talented in one thing. She needs to go to porn.
I can't.
She needs to
disagree
go
with
in
that.
porn, not movies.
Wait, that's the bitch from Euphoria too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that.
Doesn't like a goddamn dog. What the fuck?
She loves her some Euphoria, man. Tell her.
Oh shit!
All right, guys. I'm gonna bring this episode to a close. I'm gonna go take a shower and try to feel better. I have not felt good for the past 2 days. I'm
Yep.
nauseous for some reason. I'm constantly nauseous. I don't know the cause of it. I don't know why. It's aggravating. It's annoying. I have no appetite, but I know I need to eat. That's another thing.
Mm.
But we love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of y'all's week. And we'll catch you guys back here next Monday for a new episode.